Hi, folks, and welcome back inside Manhattan Athletics. Chris and I will speaking with senior of the Manhattan men's soccer team, Eugene Heerschap. And Eugene, last season, team qualifies as a top 4 seed in the MAC for the first time in a decade. What was that experience like, being one of those top 4 teams and then ultimately taking a team into PKs?
Well, really where to start, I just think it was obviously it was a good experience. Like you said, it's the first time in a decade that it's been done. And I think it just speaks volumes of how far this program's come, especially in these last 3 or 4 years with Coach Scott being involved. And I think we just got a lot more to come in the future, so a lot to look forward to.
When you look at where this program has come, it really has kind of started with your senior class. Tommy Amos, Andrew Santos, Jake Scavetta, Reese Akers, all you guys, you kind of came in and took this team first off to a MAC championship game in your freshman year and then now into the MAC tournament again last year. What's the growth been like throughout your time here?
Well, our first year, I'm going to be honest with you, it was a little bit rough to start off with and got chucked in the deep end, I think is probably the best way to describe it. But I mean, that's taught us to we had to grow from it, and if we didn't grow, we would have sunk. So that's the only option that we had, and I think from there we gained a lot of experience. And also, it might sound weird, but it forced us to become closer with each other, because for us to get out of where we were, we needed to get a lot closer with each other, as a bonding team, because we might not have the most technical players, but as a group we're really close, and that means I'm going to work that much harder for the person next to me, which means a lot in a team sport.
How nice is it, I should say, to have not only the senior leadership from U5 and a guy like Sean Tui, but to have the freshmen from last year, Daniel Laguna, Andrew Militanopoulos, Alex Coates, Eli, all those guys, to be able to come back this year after having some tournament experience?
Obviously that counts for a lot. These kids, it was their first year and they all performed really, really well. So this year they're just going to grow and get better, and every year from now on they're just going to keep getting better and better. And like you said, that experience in tournament counts for a lot. So they know what it's like to go into the 120th minute and then lose on PKs. They played a clip in it in Preseason just to remind us of how much agony it was for us to go through that. And that just encourages you to work even harder so it doesn't happen again.
When you look at, obviously, you up top and you have a guy like either Tommy or Daniel Laguna there, how much does that help in terms of what you're trying to do out there?
Makes my job easier, to be honest with you. I think having quality players around you, obviously the better players are around you, the better you're going to play. It helps you. It's just little things like cues of movement, like when sort of balls they pass to you. It might not seem like a lot, but the type of ball, where they pass the ball, to your right, to your left, it does count for a lot. While an average player wouldn't really think about it, they'd pass it maybe straight to you, which makes it more difficult on you because you're going to want to do something else, but you kind of need to be led into it, and the smarter players will do that for you.
How much did the back line last year really contribute to this team? I mean, obviously guys like Andrew and Jake have been stalwart back there, but then you add in a guy like Melly and a kid like Alex back behind in net. What does that back line do for you guys?
Oh, it just puts a lot of confidence in the team the whole way through. If you know you're not going to let in goals at the back, that just makes it easier, takes a little bit of the pressure from the guys up front. But then again, our job is to score, which takes a little bit of pressure off on them. So I guess having them knowing that they're there, that nothing easy is going to get through, it just builds confidence throughout the whole team.
I was talking with Jordan Scott when the preseason poll came out and where you guys were picked, and he told me that there was a big group message with all of you guys, and you just said this is exactly where we want. The lower, the better. Why do you feel that way?
That's the underdogs tag. To be honest with you, we've all our 4 years, we've lived with that. We've always been ranked probably the lowest team in the MAC every year, pretty much. So we like that tag. We like being undervalued, I guess. So it just gives us a point to prove to everyone, which is great for us.
Team's been together just a little bit, though, but how much or which newcomer do you think right now has kind of stood out to you?
Like I said, we've only had fitness testing, so I can't really comment on that too much. But I think all the kids that are coming in are going to contribute a lot. I know we've got 2 or 3 centre backs coming in, which is going to, like I said earlier, it's going to tighten up that defence for us. But I think, like I said, all the kids are going to contribute a lot, and it's just going to make competition better, which is in turn going to improve every player on the team.
What's the biggest key to success for this team this year?
Not to let in goals and score more than the other team. That's about all I can say. I think, in all honesty, if we can just get together as a unit, I know we've got the quality there this year, and if we all work hard for each other, I'm sure we'll be successful.
Pure and simple, score more goals than the other guy. Well, Eugene, thanks a lot for the time. Good luck this season.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And we appreciate you guys joining us inside Manhattan Athletics.